This is recording. What you got to understand is there are people out there that see poverty differently than you do. See, we can read in a magazine, we can read in books, we can look on the internet, we can even see commercials come on our TV sometime of evidence of poor all around the world. But not unless you're actually in the trenches of what's there, folks, I'm telling you. Now, my computer, I know when I do my broadcast, it's hard for people to hear the sound. It could be a little different in a Zoom format. I don't know. This is a try today, but I'm going to try to play some video, and I want you to hear a niece of mine that was actually working over there in the Philippines. They're on their way back home. In fact, they'll be picked up tonight. And it was a group of them, and from Tennessee, from Florida, Virginia, that live in the United States, but they met with their family over in the Philippines, and they went out to some of the most poorest areas in the Philippines, even the schools. Now, if some of y'all have seen some of my broadcasts, I did sparingly at times. I showed some photos and some video. I'm gonna do a little bit that day, but I want you to hear from Kayla. I hope y'all can hear her, but if you can't, I'm gonna play it. Now, what's gonna happen when she started talking, you'll see some movement. If you hear her well, good. But the video is gonna stop because the bandwidth caused it to stop. But you're still gonna hear her talking. But if you can't hear her, write in the chat, because write it in the chat you cannot hear. And I'll do my best, because I've listened to it over and over again. I can tell you exactly what she's doing, what she said in this whole video. I know I've listened to it so many times. It's so moving. It's so incredible. And then when I finish showing you the video, we're gonna come back. And I want you all to tell me what you feel, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. Because see, folks, I have said for the last 2 weeks in my broadcast, yes, we want to get to 1 billion members. I'm not taking any emphasis off of that at all. But however, we do not have to wait until we get to 1 billion members to have an effect on poverty, folks. The truth of the matter is, folks, you may not feel like you're wealthy, but guess what? We are everybody on this broadcast right now, or this broadcast meeting, are wealthy as compared to poverty. I'm telling you, those people are. How about holes in the roof of your roof? Y'all, anyone got a roof with holes in the roof where it rains in there? All their belongings get wet, and then Filipinos go through a rainy season? No, we don't live like that. We can go to the grocery store. We can go to our malls. We can drive in our nice cars. We can do anything we want right at our fingertips. But those people, no. They live out in rural areas. When y'all, if y'all Google the Philippines, they're gonna show you the nice little water and lakes and stuff. They're gonna show you all the nice part. But people don't really live out in the rural areas. And folks, it gets worse. Don't let a typhoon, which we call hurricanes here in the U.S., don't let a typhoon come by. Oh my goodness. See, their infrastructure, their buildings are not made out of straw, cinder block. They're not made out of the materials that a lot of us live. So when a typhoon comes through, that's devastating, it just wipes it away. I'm telling you, folks, I wanted to center on this in this particular broadcast meeting, because when you all finish this broadcast meeting, I hope it impacts you such that you will talk about this in your broadcast on how we can actually have an effect on poverty even before we get to 1 billion members. Because I'm going to tell you a little about, without giving too much information, because I'm not permitted to give too much information how we actually pull everything together, but I'm going to tell you exactly how it can happen. Now, let me and I'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit right now. Folks, I'm not, for me, and Victoria probably feel the same way, and a few people here, we're not afraid to talk to people. And I know I'm not afraid to talk to people of wealth, that have money. And people like visuals, things they can see, things they can hear, but surely what they can see. So, and then if you come out in a group, a lot of us are good in gathering groups together to talk about an issue. If we can all get together and brainstorm and figure out how we can actually have an impact in your region, pull your team people together and figure out how you can impact, even if it's on a small scale, even if it's on a small scale, you'll be surprised the impact you can have on someone that maybe just, and I'm going to take that word back, maybe, that did not have it but one meal that whole week. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Okay? All right. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to be doing some things because it's on my Facebook page. I got different things, as you know, on my timeline, so I got a lot that's going on, but I'm going to show you some pictures, okay? And I'm going to show you a video. So let me, hold on just a minute. Let me share my screen. Share. All right. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to show you a video right here, and I don't know whether you can hear it or not, but folks, let me share something with y'all. This is a family member of my wife, my loved one, that lives in a very poor area, and it's gonna look pretty bad what he's cleaning. I'm gonna tell you what he's cleaning. He's cleaning. Let me tell you how they live. They breed their chickens, their pigs, hogs. They don't have dryers. They don't have cold, warm water. It's a lot of parts. You may not know a lot of parts of the Philippines don't even have hot water. I guess that maybe y'all didn't know that, but I found that out. And this person is actually cleaning what they call chitterlings.
Some coffee.
Now, it will not be too bad. It's not going to be too bad. Just watch it. These are from pigs, folks. Pigs that they grew when they were little. They were babies, they grew up. And they had to kill them in order to eat them. This is how people are living in the poor. This is what people are how they're living, folks, across the world. This is one of my wife's cousins right here, cleaning. She was telling me this is how she used to live growing up. Now notice, I know y'all focused on what they're doing, but look at the surroundings. I know it's not as large. This is a video that I got. Okay, let me count. Okay, let me come out of this now. Hold on just a minute. this is a picture here, folks, of it looks like a jungle, doesn't it? It looks like jungle surroundings. But look over to the right. This is a little house and where they live. These are how the children look. And this is just in one area of one of the poorest areas of the Philippines. Okay? All right. This was Kayla showing you how to cook, how a pleasant, I'll play a little bit of it. How to eat like a Filipino. Hold on. She's gonna teach, I'm gonna play a little bit and she's gonna show you how Filipinos eat. This is my niece. Now, she lives in the state of Florida in the United States. Now, I'm gonna stop this just a minute, folks. Now, let me let you know something. Their food is very salty, very salty. She was talking more about it in this video about how the food is very salty. And this is kind of, please unmute yourself, please, because it's got some interference. Maybe what I'll do, I'll try to mute everybody but me.
The ones who have disability. After that, other disability. The new one is on Zoom. So this welcome. Welcome to
Okay, I just mute everybody because I can hear a lot of interference, okay? All right, now, what I was saying was that my niece, Kayla, she's from the state of Florida in the United States. She's visiting with family over, and she's actually participating in this whole effort to feed the hungry, the kids and other grown-ups and elderly people, okay? Now, she's just showing how Filipinos eat. They don't really use knives. They use as a large spoon as a knife, okay? She was talking about how a lot of the food, and they have rice and everything. They even have Roman noodles, and they put rice in it. Everything's got rice, okay? All right, now, let me come out of this in just a minute. Hold on just a minute. All right. This video I want to play. Hold on, let me stop it. Hold on, let me stop it. Enlarge it first. I ask you to turn the speakers up on your device if you can't hear her, because I got mine up high as I can have it.
Can you get me? Even the sound is not coming. I can't get the sound.
Mufu, sir, can you hear anything? Can you hear this? Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, all right. Let me stop right here. Thank you. I see you, brother. Okay, I'm sorry you can't hear this, but basically, this is my niece from the United States. Lives in the state of Florida, and she's over there in relief efforts for people in poverty, along with other family members that I have. And this was like a mission for us. And what she's saying is this. She's saying that that she had posted on her Facebook page about um, what it was like for her to live in poverty. Okay, and she said that not unless you actually experience it, you really don't know truly what poverty is. And she said that she's staying with her cousin Larry, and they live on the countryside of the Philippines where there's no hot water, folks. It's very rural. They grow their own chickens, roosters, pigs, hogs, vegetables. They have gardens. Um, they are very, very poor, and they do not have the things that we are accustomed to having in our location of the world. So, folks, she talked about someone had kind of angered her. I guess they must have posted something on her Facebook page, and they said something. And um, she talked about some dogs, right? She said that the people in the Philippines, they just take someone's dog and give it to someone else, kind of, right? Well, she said that doesn't happen here in the United States. And she said her own dog back in the United States live better than some people do in poverty in the Philippines. Did y'all hear that? A dog lives better than some people do in poverty, folks. So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, do you really know what poverty is, not unless you're right in the trenches of it, like she's been the past month. Now, she's on her way back to the States along with other family members. They were supposed to pick them up at the airport tonight. But it's like culture shock for her. No air conditioning. They said it's not even air conditioning in some of the public places. And it's hot over there, folks. It's summertime now in the Philippines. She said, Larry, his house, his roof, has holes in it. So when it rains, guess where the water goes? It goes right in his house. All they can do is just wipe the water away. What about the mold, folks? The mold, because of the moisture. It's surely going to come, particularly when when the air is moist and warm. I was saying earlier, for some of the people that have not come, that just hadn't heard me speak about this earlier, that folks, I can get very, even though I wasn't there, we had conversations with them while they were in the trenches. And I'm telling you, it was, when I say bad, I mean bad. As compared, I made a statement earlier that all of us here in this broadcast, we are considered wealthy compared to people in poverty, folks. You may not feel wealthy where you lay your head every night, or where you eat your food, or where you go in your location of the world. But trust me when I say this, folks, you are not living nowhere near poverty. Now, this is just one area over the whole world. We have areas all over parts of Africa. I'm sure Mufa could tell you about it. I'm sure you know, everyone that's from Africa in this broadcast meeting can tell you what they know is happening in areas of their continent of Africa. We hear it all the time here in the United States about what y'all are experiencing. You know, and it's not none of the citizens' fault. That's what gets me, folks. It's not the people that lives. That's not your fault. It's the elite and where you are staying. It's the elite that's been control of everything. And they just get richer and richer and richer. They could care less about what she's saying. Care less about people eating proper food, nourishment. You know, the kids, folks, get this. I don't want to go on a tangent, but I'm going to tell you, put it to you like this. They have kids that roam the streets. Hundreds of kids that a Filipino man or lady had. But they're so poor that they just leave their kids. Did you hear what I just said? They just leave them. So the kids don't know what to do. They just roam the streets. And then guess what? They take care of each other. And the older kids take care of the little kids. See, the reason why I know this, because they were giving us this information when they was over at the school. Mind you, this school has no air conditioning. If y'all seen any of my broadcasts, you're seeing some of their desks. Folks, I'm letting y'all know something. My wife and I, we're building a multiple streams of income and other, just not TBC, but other ventures. And we're going to be pouring money. We're going to rebuild the whole school. They may not be the schools that we're traditionally have in the United States. They may not be the ones like you see in Africa, but they're going to be better than what I saw. The kids didn't even they have never had a vaccination, a shot for immunization since they were born. These kids were eating maybe once a week. And then they laid out a whole long table of lasting king. These are crab legs, blue crab legs, all type of great type of food, all type of different rice, all type of different peas, rice, everything you can think about. Because my family, they're great cooks. All the women are registered nurses. So they gave them shots, medical needs. Some of the kids' teeth was rotting out of their mouths. Right in their mouths, should I say. I'm telling you, folks, this is Kayla and other family members was right in the trenches of what, and this is what I said, next year, if I don't get there this year, I'm going over there. I'm gonna be there in the trench. I want to be in the trenches, folks. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I want to be in the trenches. I want to experience it. I want to be taken out of my comfort. Because see, this is how I feel. For a lot of TBCNs, that speaks so eloquently about we need to end global poverty. I'm with you 100% on that. But when we say it, do we mean it? Again, when we say it, do we mean it? Because see, the thing is this: as we take action, growing our community, as we do everything that admin tell us to do, we're doing what we're supposed to do, right? But like I've said, I'm gonna say it for some people that didn't hear me say it earlier, and you may have heard me say it in my broadcast. Folks, time to wake up. You do not have to wait till you get to 1 billion members to start helping poverty. You do not have to wait to. Oh, listen, I'm not a really wealthy man as far as America is concerned. I'm still trying to get there. I'm sure Mufa's trying to get there. I'm trying to think Christina's trying to get there. Everybody's trying to get there. But all we did, we pulled the existing resources that we currently have. We got out of our comfort zones and talked to some people that was more well fortunate than we were. We displayed pictures and some video of past efforts that we had did over there before. See, a lot of y'all didn't know it, but before TBC was even created, we were already doing stuff like that over the Philippines. See, this is a surprise to a lot of people. Now you're learning some things about me. I take it seriously. I said one time in one of my broadcasts, when admin got the right one in me, because I know what poverty is, folks. My wife lived in it, folks. Some of the things you seen, I just showed you somebody cleaning hog chitterlings. Do you know that's her cousin? That's how he lives. So for those that did not see that, I will, when this broadcast ends, I will put it in a YouTube format, and I can put it on the broadcast area. And if anybody wants to see it again, I will, I'll be more than happy to send you the YouTube link if anybody wants to see it. But it's a lot of things going on over there, folks. And I like to say, we can do a lot more if we really want to. It can't be just us doing broadcasts. It just can't be us just out there recruiting people to TBC. I'm not downplaying any of those things, folks, on this broadcast. But if we really believe that we are not a coin with a mission, but yet we are a mission with a coin. No, I said mission with a coin. What comes first? Mission, right? With a coin. It's not the other way around. It's a mission with a coin. The mission comes first. So, folks, we can actually do some things in what I'm asking people to do, and maybe this is a little challenge for some people here. And I'm asking you to challenge some of your colleagues that's in TBC. Maybe in your area, pull some of your people together if you're able to do this. Talk about how you can really help some people and just in your location. Because I'm telling you right now, folks, there are some people right where you are that need you. Excuse me just a minute, folks. So So what I'm saying, there are some people that need us. Do you really understand that you can pull 5 to 10 people together, maybe even a little bit less, and use your own resources? See, but it's going to take some brainstorming. Y'all talk around a table, or maybe on if you're not right in the location where some of your people that's on your team not in your right location, maybe can do, a Google Hangout call or a Zoom call or whatever type of video format you want to use, or get on the phone and do a 3-way call, or whatever, how you want to do it, and plan and actually pull together some of your existing resources just to help just a few people, folks. I'm not asking you to go out there and have a big mass gathering with hundreds of thousands of people that you may be feeding or clothing or whatever it may be. Folks, don't you know when you do those things, do you know your life gets much better itself? Y'all know that? I'm telling you, your own life started to get better when you start to reach out to other people and help them. My stress level, folks, is like the one of the lowest stress levels you may ever want to see. It's simply because I'm about helping others. And maybe our awesome God see that I'm doing that. See, we were helping people before TBC was even conceptualized, even was brought out into the mainstream, even was actually a part. TBC didn't exist. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We were doing this. I just didn't tell anybody. We decided we wanted to do it on our time to get it out to start getting out to the masses. And some of these doctors and lawyers, they got income. In this video, she was talking about, people would dream to get a college loan to go to school. These people can't even go to school. See, all the things that we have done in our lives that we sometimes have taken for granted. Essentially, what has happened is we get so comfortable and we're just disconnected. You know what I mean? We just disconnected on what's really going on around us. And so admin does so well, put out these videos on the blog to try to connect us. Because it's not unless you like doing like people like maybe Mufa and I do, or other people out there that actually take the initiative to go and look at on the internet. Go out and see and observe things around you. Folks, I'm telling you, we got to open our eyes, because you know what I believe? It's almost like a lot of people in TBC and out there beyond TBC, it's like they're walking around, but they're asleep. You know what I'm telling you? They're like walking around, but they're asleep to what's really going on around them. And people just getting poor, more poor, more poor, more poor. And the richer just get richer and richer and richer, the elite. Folks, their monetary system has shown that it doesn't work for decades all over the world. United States is no different. Everybody think United States is all that. Everybody wants to come to the United States. I'm not down in my country. Yes, it's got some great things going on, but it's got its problems too. But get this, Kayla was getting ready to get married, spend thousands and thousands of US dollars on a wedding. You know what she said? I'm downgrading everything after what I just experienced. I'm going to sell my wedding dress and make sure and put Larry in college. That's what she said she was going to do. She said, I can have a small wedding. It don't have to be an elaborate wedding. But see, it took her to go over there in the trenches to live like they're living. These people bathe in a lake, folks, in a lake. They don't have hot water. They've never had hot water in that region, ever. In the existence of Philippines in that region, never had any hot water. If they want hot water, they gotta light a fire and anything. That's not easy. They don't have the money to go to the store, the little stores they have. They just don't have it. It's called what? It begins with an S. Survival. They're surviving. We're doing a hell of a lot better than surviving. What we're doing. So my cry to TBCNs out there, and this is what I want you all to do as broadcasters. Challenge people out there. Say, can you pull some resources together, your existing resources, get a few people together and see, can you help maybe 2 or 3 people out there that's very poor in your region? See, it's got to start somewhere, folks. It's got to start somewhere. It can start and grow and grow and grow and grow. And no one is going to tell me that admin would not appreciate this. Because this is what admin wants. He wants to see. What do you think admin going to, folks, what do you think our whole concept is going to do when we get to 1 billion members? We know what it says on the dashboard of our KCBO. It says what? If you scroll down, it said the millionaires will provide 5 to 10 jobs for the working class. That working class we're talking about are people that's unemployed. They're talking about the poor, the less fortunate. That's what admin is talking about. They're not talking about the people who are working every day. See, we're not becoming millionaires and billionaires to go party and have a pity party and have a great time. We're becoming millionaires and billionaires to help poverty. See, people missing the whole concept of them TBC to think, see, they put too much emphasis on the millionaire and billionaire. Truth of the matter is, if everyone had, of those millions that's in our wallets and everyone had that, we wouldn't even know how to handle it. Most of them wouldn't even know how to handle it. So admin had to think of a solution to create something like the billion coin to eradicate poverty all over the world, to end it globally. See, I see so clearly how our coin would be used for goods and services. You know, okay, Christine, I saw you raise your hand. Let's go ahead and start this right now. Let's bring in some people. Hold on, Christine. Let me see. Can I?
Unmute myself.
Oh, great. Go ahead, Christine. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Okay, Stephen. Briefly, I want to say something about this. It is. I see that you're really flabbergasted by all this learning about the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're an American.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Canadian, but originally I'm from South America.
Mm-hmm.
I came to Canada very young. I was only 26 years old. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but since then I had the privilege of traveling the world, lots of poor countries in the world.
Oh, great.
I've been seeing this for years.
Wow.
My children is the same. Even my 12-year-old granddaughter now, she's only 12, and last year she's been to Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore.
Okay.
My daughter took her. We travel not for lots of times it's for the pleasure, but in the pleasure of it, you see poverty. You can't help but see poverty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my daughter that took her, She has one daughter too. She's been traveling since she was 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. I remember giving her $300 on her first trip to Thailand. And so, yes, I've been to Thailand and Philippines, Indonesia, and all these Bali, all these places a couple of years ago, not too long ago. As you know, every year I go to South America. So I've
Right.
seen this thing and I've been involved in doing this. That's why TBC is so dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
now, if you have a plan as like what you are doing, I am all for it. That's all I want to say, because to me, it's nothing new. This has been I've seen this for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And right here in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
Canada is a capitalist country, rich country,
Mm-hmm.
but we have some native people here is living in total squalor.
Wow. Wow.
I would like to start right here. But
Mm-hmm.
this is all government control. Government give handouts to these kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
Not to, I wouldn't say these kind of people, to poor people.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Anybody who are poor, the government will give them $500 or $600 or $700 to live,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
they're poor. That's not enough. Cost of living is this is one of the most,
I just stopped sharing my screen. That's all.
okay, I
Mm-hmm.
see. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most expensive province in Canada to live. You have
Wow.
to be making a lot of money to live here, I'm telling you.
Wow. Wow.
This is not a braggery or anything. I'm
Oh,
just
I
telling
get
you
you. I get you. I
the
get
situation, like you were living
you.
in
Right. Right.
Pennsylvania, right?
Right. Right.
But you have been introduced to Philippine community. I've been to Philippines. I see what it is.
Oh, you know what it is. So you know. You know.
Yeah, I've been to many, many poor countries in the world, especially South America and over that side. I never been to India. My daughter went. I was telling my husband yesterday, we were counting. She went at least 10 times to India and around,
Oh my
and
God.
Asia,
10
and
times.
Asia. Yes, she loved going
Wow.
there.
Wow.
She's and she have friends there. She help also help people. So, but my 12-year-old granddaughter, since she was 8 years old, is into the school program. Forgot what scout they call it. She did a broadcast together with me, and she said it in the broadcast. But
Wow.
it's like donate food at the end, to give it to people in poor
Mm-hmm.
countries.
Mm-hmm.
So I know all about poverty, Stephen.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't lived it, but I've seen it. And
Okay.
and this is the reason TBC, my husband, he is not poor by any means,
Mm-hmm.
but he many times he has made attempt. He was ahead of his time to develop a program that have an utopia in the planet, but it didn't work because when he made his program, internet was not on, and when internet
Mm-hmm.
came on,
Mm-hmm.
he we spent too much money in it, and it was like a kind of flop because people like
They
what you're
weren't ready
trying
for
to
it.
do
They
now.
weren't ready for
Yeah,
it. He wasn't ready for it, right?
exactly. It
Mm-hmm.
was a flop. We spent a lot of money, build a program and
He
everything,
was before
but
his time. He was before
he
his
was
time.
ahead of his time. Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
so he's with me in TBC, and we're doing it now. We are older, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever we can do to change the next generation and change the world, we are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me what your program is, and I'm willing to help you in it, and you know,
Mm-hmm. Well,
donate
it's
to it.
well.
Whatever
Mm-hmm.
you see fit, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Okay. Okay. I'll probably get with you offline to talk about it. You know,
Yes,
um,
yes.
and
So
because
because when people visible see something and you are making an effort to do it,
mm-hmm.
and then it's what I do. It's like my mother always taught us: give it your right and don't tell your left what you do. But
Right,
no,
because
but this is different. This is different. Why? Because this is CBC and this is global. So
right,
we are all giving a helping hand,
yeah,
right?
because but since before we were doing this before TBC started,
Exactly.
but however, since TB existed, we made it TBC. We brought TBC in it, so because TBC concept is all about what we were doing. So,
Yes.
so what I believe is that I just believe in bringing together some of our existing resources to make things happen for someone that's less fortunate. And
Yes.
and I believe, and like, see, I'm so glad you're telling me more about what you have experienced, because Christina, people need to hear people like you and I the experiences that we've been through, because it can really touch someone's life such that it may influence them to do more, you know? And so I believe that if we as TBCians, just like you, just like me, just like anyone that's here, we can actually do a lot more if we want to. I know that we're active in other areas of TBC. That's fine. I get it. But right now, I'm putting a lot of point on the mission side. The mission, because this mission, TBC is a mission with a coin. Yes, admin want us to grow our community. Yes, admin want us to get to 1 billion members as fast as we can get there. But admin also want us to do whatever we can, because see, the reason why I'm saying this, folks, a big reason why I'm saying this, you all know that the elite is not doing nothing to help the poor. Nothing. They continue to get richer. They really believe in their own monetary system that it works. Right here in the United States, you can't even call, we don't have really called a middle class anymore. Either you're rich or you're poor. I guess I'm poor as far as they can say, as far as they're concerned. I don't feel poor, but I guess that to them, I'm poor. So all I got to say to you is this. None of us here, I would like to say, that's on this broadcast meeting is really what I would call poor, as compared to some of our poorest areas around the world. We are all wealthy compared to them. Oh my God, what is the real wealthy compared to them? You know? So, is anybody else want to come in? Thank you so much, Christina. You know? Thank you so much. Is anybody, Musa, are you there, brother?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Christine, Victoria, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to say something.
Sure. Go ahead, Christina. Victoria,
I want to say you're doing a great job. I see what you're doing, and I really appreciate what you're doing. The Bible says when you give to the poor, you're giving to God. So
yes.
This is a call to reach out to the poor. You know, we mustn't wait until we have all the millions. Like you said, we should start from where we are right now. You know, if your income in a month is $1,000, you can take out $100 and reach out to the poor. You know, don't wait until you have all the money. So we can start from where we are right now. It's a good advice to each and every one of us. And I have taken the advice. I will start from, I do it anyway, every month. I reach out to the motherless and the old people.
Because I know in South Africa, I know you got poor people in South Africa. I know.
Yeah, we reach out to the you know, we have the motherless and the old people's home. So just go there every month. Whatever. There's nothing you give out that is too small. You know, it's not too small, it's not too big. Whatever you can afford, just know that you have your reward at the end of the day. Thank you.
And also, when you're doing that, have someone taking some video or pictures while you're giving to somebody, so you can put that on the blog, because this is what admin wants to see. I'm telling you, I know it's true, because I see the response when admin keeps what they're saying under some of my videos. Sometimes I know exactly admin appreciate what we're doing here, and it's not all me. It's not all me doing it, but I'm just saying I'm part of the group. but it's a family that we're doing this, and we're trying to pull it together. We're trying to pull some resources together to help the poor in that region. And but there's some regions all over parts of Africa, the continent of Africa. See, a lot of times when people say Africa, they think Africa is a country. Is a big continent with a lot of countries in it. Folks, y'all realize, do people know how big? Y'all look at a globe. It's one of the biggest continents on earth.
Yeah, people think Africa is a country, especially there in America.
I know, they think it's like United States. They just speak like, they say Africa like it's a country. Africa is a continent, which is bigger than a country. South Africa is a country in Africa. Cameroon is a country in Africa. Uganda is a country in, folks. I'm just saying that. Can you imagine? I'm gonna just picture something to y'all. Can y'all imagine if we had a few TBCNs in every country? Let me use the continent of Africa for example. We had somebody saying in South Africa, somebody in Cameroon, someone in Nigeria, some in Uganda, some in Namibia. I mean, all over the place, everywhere. But just a few people were doing this, right? And then collectively, what happens is almost like it just started building and building and building. And then guess what's happening? Then you're reaching more and more people. Folks, I'm gonna share some with you. If y'all really want to make admin happy, if y'all really want to make them happy, if some of our TBCNs will really get out there and started doing this on a small scale, watch and see what admin start putting in content. Admin gonna start promoting that. Admin likes what I'm doing. He likes what we're doing because we're showing what the effect, that influence of TBC can do to help the poor.
Stephen, did you heard what I told admin yesterday?
What was that? Well, oh yeah, you said something. You spoke to admin.
I said, admin, if you're listening, where were you when I was young and I was working 14 to 15 hours a day?
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that. You did say that. You did say that. Mm-hmm. You know?
Because now I'm in competition with all the young people.
Yeah, I know it.
No, not just figuratively speaking, you know, that's what I mean. It's like, you know, that is amazing. It is true what Victoria said, helping people, you are, you know, helping people.
But listen.
You are donating to God, really. You know, giving alms is one of the tithing and giving donation to poor. It's like, you know, if giving to the big church organizations, not so much, but giving directly to the poor is really a good start, good thing. It's, you know, it's amazing to start something that people who are not so much in it or forget to do it can get in line, and the more people see people do, they will do it too, and it will be a thing. Exactly. Like you said,
it becomes an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Because as being older than a younger group, we have the intellect that they don't have. We have the experiences that they don't have. See, we know something that they don't know. They're still learning it. So all we got to do is start talking about this more to some of our people in TBC. And I think admin would support us every step of the way, Because then those, the naysayers out there, the trolls would say, whoa, look at them. That's a group, that's the only group I know out there that's really actually feeding the poor, clothing the poor, giving them medical services, whatever you can give them. We gave backpacks to some kids. Now, they didn't know what a backpack was. I'm telling you, folks, some of them didn't have shoes. You're to feel, they say you're to feel the bottom of some of those kids' feet. It feels like sandpaper from walking on the street so much. Folks, I'm not, trust me, I'm not telling you no lies here. I'm being true to the core. I've heard it. I've heard some bad, I don't even want to share it with you all. It sounds so sad. Just know that I could have showed you more pictures here, but I'm gonna just say to you this. Just like Victoria said, just like Christina said, you know, we can pull together, we can start, but you got, as I'm telling you about, talking about this here in this broadcast meeting, only thing I expect of you all to, when you get in your broadcast, talk about these type of things. Talk about that we can start now helping some people that's really out there and poor by pulling together, getting together with some of our people or our teams or whoever that's on your team, whatever you have going on, pull together, even if something on a small, minute scale. But see, the key thing is starting. Just like we're getting people to start here in TBC. Starting, that's the key. Musa, are you there, brother?
Yes, Stephen Coffee. I am here. How are you?
How you doing? How you doing there, Musa?
Well, thank you very much for today broadcaster meeting again. I hope we start coming in more than 12, 13 broadcasters every Monday.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We are saying TBC is more about a project, vision, and progress.
Right. Right.
So, what you are going with it, I am from Africa. But
what part are you from again, Musa?
From Mali. Is in western part of Africa, but close to Senegal.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Do
you know Timbuktu? Timbuktu.
And I bet you've seen some poor people from.
Oh my God, too much.
Too much. You heard he said too much.
Can't believe it. Too much. So it's not because I am outside, I have to forget about where I come from.
Exactly.
Yeah. So TBC is the right tool right now and for the future to end all those problems I was living in it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it does not.
You move from that area, isn't it?
I understand very well what admin is putting together, but it's up to us, humanity, to come into TBC to let things happen.
Exactly.
It's about us, about 1 billion people. 7.5 billion. 1 billion people. It should not be that hard for us, for humanity. If I say us, I don't say we broadcaster. I say for the rest of the humanity to understand this mission and come inside TBC, stopping all the naysayers, stopping doubt, big dreams. Big dreams. Dream is not only about the Occident or about, it's for everybody. Things will happen.
It's not about living elaborate lifestyles. It's about helping the poor.
It's about helping the poor. You cannot imagine how it's difficult even for me for here to send money. How it's difficult to work and help people. It never stops. It never stops, never ends. And TBC is the right tool, is the right vehicle.
Where are you living again right now, Musa?
I moved from Canada. I'm in Maryland right now.
That's right. You're in Maryland. You did tell me that. That's right. You're in Maryland. Because I remember you introduced me to your wife one time on a meet. Yeah, I remember. You live in Maryland. Exactly. And you're doing a wonderful job, by the way, because I think you're speaking French in your French language and your broadcast, correct?
Already I have someone who do 2 broadcasts every day from Mali right now, but it was not easy for me to get even one. But the one I get, he do 2 broadcasters, 3
Wow.
broadcasters every single day. He just get it.
Wow.
He get it. So things start coming in over there, and if I see something more is coming over, I might move back and to help things like in Bay, like other leaders are doing. I might move back, or I can give them more help, more understanding about what TBC is, what TBC is not, and what is their role in TBC.
Right. So, oh, I love what you just said. I love that. I love it, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I love what he's saying. Man, I'm with you 100%, Musa. You're wonderful.
No, somebody else can. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. Hey, is Mufa there? Mufa, are you there? Mufa? Let me see. I thought I saw him. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Yes, hello, can you get me?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. Okay, I've been putting my hand up for quite a long period. I think it's
I'm
been 2
sorry.
years.
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, when you were talking about Africa, I was just wanted to urge in a little good number of things because when you're crying, you have seen poverty. Season we have grown in poverty. Let me tell you, us being out to talk to the world and mingling around you, we have seen poverty. We have grown up in poverty. But the reality, as most authors will tell us, is that as one of the great rich person will always say, if you were born in poverty and you die in poverty, it's your fault. That is why we have refused that we cannot follow the same pattern like our parents. I've seen poverty, I've grown in poverty.
I know
So
you
when
have.
you were talking and crying and where I just thought, yes, it's your first time. You people are well prepared. The place is fine. You have all the conditions and all the realities. Back here, we have really fight it very strong to be at this level of which we are today, to really be participating and sharing in you people. It's really a battle. Back in Africa, as you were saying, that most people think Africa is just one country. Africa is 53 countries. 53 countries. So talking about poverty in the Philippines and our sister Christina make in the South America, there are areas in Africa that I think that even more in a chaos situation than what you were trying to talk about. If you want to talk about, have you heard about the pygmies? The Baka pygmies in the east of Cameroon, they are still in the forest. They haven't seen civilization. They are still living as early people do live in the Stone Age. So it is gradually that they are bringing them to civilization. So the realities of poverty, as Admin has put it all the time to us, is something that is very mind-blowing. And being very mind-blowing, somebody that has been cultured, somebody that has been elevated or have been groomed in poverty, for him to really step aside completely and turn 360 to somebody different that absorb the skills of a billionaire and a millionaire, it really takes time for that person to work on himself. So the realities of which we have gone through are really things that we need to at times look back at where we are coming from and say, you have done a great job. See, like Bay, you saw when Bay was living before when Bay is today. Bay has gone a long way. The reality of Africans is like that, not because it's of our wish, it's because of what? You said it all. The fact that they're the one that deciding and they're the one that are making things to be as tough as they are. So not to take it long, if the chat has been long, I will just cut it short there to tell you that what poverty is the reality. But we can make it a way to CBC, and we are doing it, and we will never relent our effort to continue.
Yeah, because, and I want to say that, you know, when I was started this today, the thing I was not insinuating is that I realized that some of you may have grown up in poverty and you've worked your way out of it. But that's what I like I like that even better, because guess what? You all know better than maybe people like me or some other people that did not grow up in poverty and how, but take me, now I'm a person along with my wife and other family members, pull together resources to do what we did over there, can you imagine what a person that experienced it, grew up in it, and now can you think about what kind of impact a person like you or Musa? Oh my God, y'all can have a major impact, because guess what? They want to hear from you better than me.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason they want to hear from me, if I go over to the Philippines and talk to them, oh, they're going to be hugging me, thanking me. But because they're thinking about the relief part of it. But if you went out there and just without nothing, and you just start talking to the people, and you said, I will be back tomorrow. Meet me here at this same spot tomorrow with some goods and services that you can benefit from. Watch those people show up. Watch some of those people show up, even if it's just a few. And sooner or later, you're going to see other people coming along because they see what you're giving out. See, here in the United States, we if we even did this on any, we have to this is going to blow y'all away when I tell you this. You got, even if you want to sell some of your own, you want to have a thrift out on your own property you pay taxes on. We got to go get a license to do that.
Sure.
That's the elite. That's the elite. That's the elite at work. That's the elite at work. They even got reign over our own property. That's amazing. It's too much control. So we got to take some of our control back, folks. That's what I'm saying. We got to take some of our control back to help people. We got to be willing to talk to people out there that maybe have just a little bit more than we have. We're not asking you for much. If you gave, I don't know how much naira, what your currency is as compared to the United States, but folks, if you got $5 to $10 of US dollars, and those dollars just add up and add up and add up and add up and add up, you know. But even if you took some, you're not saying take a lot of your money. Let's say you took just a little bit of your money and you put it aside, even if it's in $1, and put it aside for a month, and everybody, and you got a whole lot of people doing that. Imagine how many currency, fiat currency you have that you have in your country. You're in Cameroon, right?
Yeah.
All right. You're in the same country Mbe is in, right?
We are in the same town. Our currency is transfer. We are in the littoral region that is called Douala. We are in the same town.
Mm-hmm.
And we are coming from the same English region because Cameroon is partitioned into two. That is the strange.
Are you really far from some of the most poorest areas in Cameroon? Are you far from that?
No. Even where in the city we are, there are some of the areas. We will bring the pictures to you.
In the same area.
In the same area in which we are.
Wow.
Not even far from us, not even kilometers apart from us. That are really living in they have a subsistence life. They are not living, they are just surviving.
Wow. Because you just said the word survive. See, they're surviving over there. You know what survival is.
Yeah, I've been through that. I understand it very well. I know it hurts. And I know nobody will ever really feel to go back to such a state. And that is why we are really marching it on harder and harder in order to be different from what we are brought up in. Mm-hmm. That is the It's not easy, but nobody will be educated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have gone right up to the university. We understand the situations around the world, and we can do more than the other. I think a very good percentage of the population is really tied down to the situation of which is uncalled for. Very can't do otherwise. And that is why I really love this process. Really, I'll call it to grasp that you so that is what it is.
Mm-hmm. He's having a little bit of challenges with his Wi-Fi. You're having a little challenges, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Mufa. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me go. I want to go to a Mr. Islam Simone. Are you there, sir? Mr. Simone, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
How you doing? You know, folks, I got to bring this guy on because he's one of my leaders over in the Bangladesh community, and he is just. I'm telling y'all something about this man here. He is one of the most fantastic leaders in the Bangladesh community and among all the TBC. You know, he's won he's he's won a contest before, you know, and you know, he won the first when they first started giving it a Bitcoin contest. He was one of the first people, you know, out of the 8 or 9 people, the cruise contest winner, and he knows exactly how to grow our community, folks. He's responsible for the other people in Bangladesh coming on board. But I'm gonna just let you know, Mr. Simone, can you speak upon what I was just talking about, how we can actually pull together? Can you speak on Bangladesh, things you have seen? Can you talk about that just a little bit, sir?
Of course, sir. Thank you. Give me floor and talk about some people at Christian Tangwe and Backspur sister Ruel Hussein, Mosul and Scott and Mufo. Thanks a lot, Bill Kanara and Shoaib brother Ruben Hussein. Thanks a lot. All together in here. Actually, we are the Bangladesh community is a very active member and the society and whole community, and we are the focus and all time broadcasting, live broadcasting, because admin just say something when is coming the blog and post and just focus these people, new member, and come to the invited our community and grow up people. And today is a come to the blog is important thinking, 2 3 thinking, self confidence, and be self confidence. You are must be important because my self confidence is the activity all is okay, but I am another people, new brand member people, and self confidence talk about the something about this TBC, and I am not a confidence. How can be possible the another people and talk about the details? TBC is the real money, TBC is the abundance money, TBC is the future money, TBC is a grateful future and bright future. How can it possible? Not possible. Self confidence is important.
Mm-hmm.
Be self self confidence, and I am confidence because I am 3 years running the working, hard working, broadcasting, and hard working is the focus people, and we are the 3 and 4 people and learning and see the Stephen Covey sir because every day blog learning, and we are the listen and learning important the focus the another people, new brand new people, because I know that TDC is in future is so amazing, whole people and all together, and future is a bright because we are the cryptocurrency mission statement, and we are the buy the car, buy the my dreams, buy the tour, any kind of but just waiting, just waiting. We are the just confidence, must be confidence. We are the not confidence. I am not going, I'm not the mission, I'm not mission successful is the important thing. And be self confidence must be important, and self confidence is the power, is the power of boys confidence.
That's right. You see, that
Thank you.
keyword confidence is so important. You know, let me ask you a question, because I know we've been talking about mission and the mission of really helping the poor. I know that you are familiar with some of the poor in your country. I know you are. Can you have you seen anything in your country when you were coming up? Have you seen anything that really startled you, that when you were part of it? Can you speak on any of that? Tell us what Bangladesh is like. Did you understand?
So,
You understand what I'm saying? Tell me more about the poor, the poverty in Bangladesh. Do you know anything about that?
yeah, of course, sir. Because Bangladesh is more people is a poor, hungry, and more than people. But we are the focus, the poor people. Poor people, how is eating, how is dressing, how is doctoring, in whole preparation. Because we are the one community, and we are the focus TBC, and behaving and self confidence and powerful, and we are the talking about the people, and school uniform, and eating the people poor child, because poor child are not possible. They are the working is out working, and mill factory working, and it is a factory that is working, and no more than money, but working just a little working, and sleeping. When you sleeping, we there are no understand, but sleeping, just working, sleeping, but sleeping. But we are the confidence, and TBC had been give us, and on gold currency we are the money received, and they are the help the people, and in poor people, TBC is received, and you're eating by the 40%, by the 60%. One time is coming full TBC, by the rice, by the eating, by the dress, by the tour, and by the whole your dreams. Because rich man is the dreams is big, and poor people dreams is little. Because poor people big dreams, but how is money? Not for the money is the problem. But we are the help, and poor people are smiling, because TBC is earning, and TBC is the money is paid by the car, pay by the landing, pay by the rise, and pay by the your dreams, just your dreams, your choice. But poor people right now is the smiling.
That's great to
Man,
hear.
rich man, rich man, and middle class. A middle class is a little bit a dream, but they are the working, hard working. But after all, two and three people, 10 people may be rich, but poor people not for the rich, because poor people. But admin give us, and we are the team, we are the globally team, 10,000 people, and we are the focus. How can possible the poor people help and eating? We know the Philippine, your brother is amazing. Same like this Bangladesh. Same like this Bangladesh is we are the working, and focus, and help the people, poor people.
That's good.
That's
That's
it.
good. I see the evidence of what y'all doing for the poor people already, because y'all introducing them to TBC as a tool to lift the humanity up in your country. I see how y'all using this as a tool to do that. That is the example right there the admin is talking about, folks. That's the example what he's talking about. Do y'all know that nearly everybody that gets in Bangladesh that becomes a part of TBC, they become broadcasters? They have seen to have more broadcasters than that in that country than anywhere from that I know. I see them doing every single day. They're doing broadcasts. They got what 2 people I think this week reach 100 broadcasts. They're serious about this concept. Well, I want to thank you so much.
Stephen, I just want to say, ask Arifel something. Sorry,
Yes.
I know it's we have gone long over an hour, I guess.
Yeah, I know we have.
But it's important for me to ask him this. It could have waited another time, but since this is in the subject, I spoke to someone from Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a very poor country. And I spoke to him last November, and he signed up, and he's signing up easy, but he never upgraded anything. And like Victorious was saying, you go back to all your old people and talk to them. I've got a lot of people in my back office who has not paid up, and they sign up. But there is this resistance that they don't want. I said, you're working. He said, I'm doing a good job. He's a mechanic. And I send $200 or $300 a month. I said, you know what? If you can just pick 5 or 6 or whatever amount of people and donate this money to them through me, I will help you. I'll do all the work for you for free. And you sign them up and admit in this platform. I already spoke to him the whole thing, but he said, I don't believe in it. At the end of the half-an-hour conversation,
he didn't believe it.
Doña Cristina, I don't believe in these things. Somebody take $2,000 from me. He's telling me about all his bad experiences. So do you have that resistance in Bangladesh too?
Okay, good questions. Thank you, Christina. Actually, we are the poor people. No, find out the $10 is the very problem because no working. But we are the community help us the people registration $10. But we are the grouping, and I am so already 5 people no payment poor people. I am the help $10 and $50 pay for my account, my credit, because there are the interesting working, but no payment $10 is the problem. But we are the payment, but I am payment. This is important.
You're the cash center. You're the cash center.
Yes, true. I do that too to many people, but you can't continue to do it for all the people, right? That's how I got so many people. I did it for a lot of people, like relatives.
20 people payment for me. I am help these people because there are no payment $10. Is something is problem. But admin give us the 250 kringle, like this 2000 plus dollar, give us, because there are received the $2000 received after 6 months or after 1 year, and there are the use this money and your dreams. Just little bit, maybe 2 years waiting for the 2000 plus money, waiting 1 year or maybe $1 million, maybe some dollar, and use the money. That's it. But we are the help because
that's such a great job. Wow, that is great. Wow,
that's good.
Excellent. Okay, well, folks, I know we've been a little long today, but this is a very this subject of poverty and how we handle it is such a big issue, and that's probably why this went on a little longer than it did. And I love what Simone said about confidence, because confidence is a big part of this thing. You have to have confidence yourself to move forward. So, and some people just don't have that confidence, and you got to help them with that confidence, to move forward. So, folks, thank you so much for being at this broadcasters meeting. Thank you, Mr. Simone, and thank you, Christina and Victoria and Musa and Mufa. Everyone, Bex, I see you too. I see everybody here. Everybody that's here, Scott Thorne, thank you so much, Scott.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
I want to thank everybody that's here. Try to get the word out to other broadcasters that that can understand English. We need more. I'd like to see us have 30, 50 more. We can have up to 100 people on this platform. So because Abby has recognized us as the voices of TBC, the leadership of our community. And if we're unified, and talk about the elements of our concept of TBC, then we can get the word out better. We got to be all saying some of the same kinds of things. And then this message I want to you all to try to get in your broadcast is talk about that there's a strong need to unify to help at least a few hungry, needy people out there. Because ask yourself, isn't this what it's all about? Isn't this the mission about to get rid of poverty? Why, if we wait till we get to 1 billion people, folks, let's say that we do get to 1 billion in 2020, for an example. Well, guess what? Look, all those many months has passed as people are still without food, clothing, and water, or medical needs. So I'm saying, but let's say if it takes 5 years, people are still getting more, people are still in poverty, and the richer are still getting richer. Folks, y'all think what we're doing, my family doing is big? You haven't seen anything yet. We just scratching the surface. We got plans to enter out in other countries with the same thing. See, my goal is to travel all over the world because I want to sit down and talk. If they can understand me, someone understand English. I want to know how they live every day. What could help them? Because they know what can help them better than we know what can help them. They know what their needs are. They need just basic needs that we often take for granted. So thank you so much, folks. I mean, y'all, this was such a great broadcast meeting, probably my best ever. You know, so thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, folks. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing those great broadcasts. Keep influencing your other countrymen and country ladies out there. The men and women in Bangladesh are all, I mean, folks, they are doing it out there. They are getting it done. I'm just letting you know. Just keep working out there. Mufa out in Cameroon and Musa is living in Maryland, not too far from where I live. He knows what poverty is. He's come from it. So those are the people that can have an impact really on poverty too. So let's try to stay unified. Let's try to pull some of our existing resources and see what we can do to impact, even starting with a few people. So I'm not asking for a lot of people to get involved. I'm talking about to be helped, just a few, because it all starts with a few to become many. You see? All right. Y'all have a great day. I will put it in the broadcasters chat area, the YouTube, as soon as it downloads on my computer, and then I upload it on YouTube, and I copy and put it right in the broadcast. Okay, area, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, all together. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.